Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Deep Dive. You know we always bring you the most interesting curated tech news, and today is no exception. We're diving into TechView's 10X's top tech news of February 21, 2025.
Always some gems in there for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And today we're going to cover everything from foldable laptops to AI controversies and security breaches. Plus, we've even got some exciting gaming news.
Can't forget about the gamers.
Never. So let's jump right in with this whole foldable laptop thing. Lenovo just launched this new foldable business laptop.
Yeah.
And it got me thinking about that Toshiba foldable from a while back. Remember that one?
Oh, yeah, the Libretto W100. It was ahead of its time, I think, but the tech just wasn't there yet.
So is Lenovo onto something here, or are we just going to see a bunch of cracked screens? What do you think?
Well, Lenovo's aiming this one at business users.
Okay.
You know those people who could actually benefit from two screens?
Yeah, I can see that.
Imagine having a full keyboard and then a whole separate screen for, like, presentations or video calls.
Yeah, for certain tasks, I guess it could be useful.
Right.
But honestly, I'm still a little worried about durability. Like, can you imagine spilling coffee all over that foldable screen?
I mean, durability is definitely a big question mark.
Yeah.
Look at foldable phones, right?
True.
People love those flexible displays.
They do.
It's about finding the right use cases and then making the tech tough enough for everyday life.
Okay, fair point. Now let's talk Apple. The iOS 18.4 developer beta just came out.
Yeah, I saw that.
And guess what's missing?
Let me think.
That big Siri intelligence upgrade they were hyping up.
Oh, interesting.
So what's the deal? Did they run into some problems, or are they just trying to keep us in suspense?
Could be technical difficulties. Or maybe they're saving it for a big reveal
Right.
later on. Who knows?
Good point.
Yeah.
On the bright side, though, they did finally launch Apple Intelligence on Vision Pro.
True.
Although, honestly, it's that mysterious new iOS app that's got everyone buzzing. Have you heard about this?
Oh, yeah, everyone's talking about it.
I know. What could it be? A super smart AI assistant. A revolutionary health tracker.
Maybe it can predict the future.
Maybe. What do you all think? Drop your theories in the comments below. We're dying to know.
For real.
But while we wait for Apple to spill the beans, let's talk about something a little less mysterious and a lot more controversial. Apple's ditching end-to-end encryption for iCloud in the UK. They say it's for security reasons.
I saw that.
But it sounds like they basically want access to our data. Didn't Apple used to be all about privacy?
Well, their argument is that if law enforcement can access encrypted data, it'll help protect users from crime and terrorism. But, a lot of people are saying this is a huge blow to privacy.
No kidding. It's a slippery slope, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
Right, so we've covered foldable laptops, missing Siri updates, and encryption controversies. Now let's get into some serious security nightmares. Remember that stalkerware we discussed last time?
Oh, yeah.
Well, there's a new security flaw that's exposing millions of users.
Right.
It affects a bunch of popular stalkerware apps, and hackers can now get their hands on stuff like location data, call logs, and even text messages.
That's scary.
Seriously. And remember, stalkerware is often installed without the victim's knowledge or consent. It's a serious issue.
It is.
It is not just individuals who are vulnerable to cyber attacks. A U.S. mineral firm just lost $500,000 in a cyber attack.
$500,000.
That's right, $500,000.
Ouch. Yeah, ouch is right. What happened?
Phishing scam.
Classic.
It just goes to show that cybersecurity is crucial for everyone.
Couldn't agree more.
And speaking of scams, there's another one going around that you need to watch out for. Website hijacking. Over 35,000 sites have already been hit.
Wow.
So basically, hackers are redirecting legitimate websites to malicious ones. You know, the ones that try to get you to gamble or whatever.
Yeah.
They do it by finding vulnerabilities in website software or by stealing login credentials.
Ugh, sneaky. So how do we avoid falling for this?
Be careful about the websites you visit. Always double-check the URL to make sure it's legit. And of course, keep your browser and security software updated, use strong passwords, and enable two-factor authentication whenever you can.
All the good stuff.
All right, before we dive into the world of AI, let's talk about something else that's pretty wild. Google just announced that their AI tool, Gemini, can now analyze your work docs. Pretty cool.
I mean, it sounds useful, but...
Right, but what about privacy?
Exactly. Are we just handing over all our sensitive info to the AI overlords?
It's a valid question.
It is. And while we're on the subject of AI, let's talk about Spotify. They're jumping on the AI bandwagon with AI-narrated audiobooks.
Interesting.
Could be helpful for people with visual impairments.
Yeah, or for people who are super busy.
Right. But doesn't it kind of take away from the art of storytelling?
I mean, it's definitely a different experience.
Yeah.
Could AI narration eventually replace human narrators completely? Who knows? Only time will tell. I guess we'll see. But for now, let's talk about another AI tool that's pushing the boundaries. Rabbit AI. This thing can actually control Android apps and devices. Helpful. Creepy.
You decide.
Sounds powerful.
Right. Imagine having an AI that manages your calendar, books appointments, even controls your smart home devices.
Yeah.
Pretty convenient, right?
Sounds like it.
But it also makes you think about data security.
Definitely.
Who has access to all that personal information?
Big question.
It is. Sometimes it feels like with all this amazing technology, we take one step forward and then two steps back.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like, remember that HP customer support mess? Apparently, they're making people wait on hold for like 15 minutes before they can even talk to a representative.
Seriously.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like they forgot about customer service altogether.
Yikes.
Anyway, let's move on to something more fun. Gaming news. Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves, is getting a lot of buzz. Some are even calling it the best fighting game of 2025. Have you heard about this?
I have. The graphics look amazing.
And the gameplay seems super smooth.
And the story mode is supposed to be really good too.
Oh, nice.
Might have to check it out. But there's another gaming rumor that has me even more excited.
Oh, yeah.
A Tony Hawk's Pro Skater revival. Apparently there's an Easter egg in Call of Duty Black Ops 6 that's got everyone speculating.
Wow, a blast from the past.
I know. Could you imagine shredding those classic levels with updated graphics and gameplay? It would be epic.
I'm in.
Me too. All right, now for some audio news.
Okay, let's hear it.
Meza Audio just released some new flagship wired headphones.
Cool.
And get this, they're hand-finished in Ukraine.
Wow, that's unique.
Right. They also feature a brand new planar magnetic driver.
Interesting. I've heard good things about those.
Me too. Audiophiles rave about them. They say the sound is incredibly accurate and detailed.
I can see why.
Yeah. It's great to see Meza Audio supporting Ukrainian artisans as well.
Absolutely. Always good to see companies doing good.
Okay, but speaking of companies, remember how we mentioned those HP customer support issues earlier?
Oh, yeah.
Well, it seems like they're not the only ones struggling. NVIDIA's getting some heat too.
Oh, really? What for?
The RTX 5000 series GPUs are still super hard to find, especially the RTX 5070 Ti. Gamers are not happy about the shortages and the crazy prices.
Yeah, the chip shortage has been tough on everyone.
It has.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem like it's going away anytime soon.
Nope.
Speaking of things that are hard to find,
Yeah.
I've been looking everywhere for a unicorn.
Oh, really?
Just kidding. But seriously, I'm really excited about A24's new movie, Bring Her Back. It's supposed to be streaming on Max eventually.
I heard that one was supposed to be great.
A24 always makes such interesting films. They're not afraid to take risks.
Agreed.
Speaking of risks, there are some juicy rumors about the iPhone 17 display.
Oh.
Supposedly, it could be getting a massive upgrade. Apparently, Apple's thinking about using micro LED technology,
Interesting.
which is way better than OLED. Brighter, better colors, maybe even uses less power.
So what would that leave for the Pro model?
Right. Maybe Apple's trying to close the gap between the standard and Pro iPhones.
Maybe.
Or maybe they're just pushing the limits of what's possible. We'll have to wait and see. But before we get lost in iPhone rumors, let's talk about some Fitbit news. Fitbit just rolled out a new sleep tracking feature.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
It's supposed to give you more personalized insights, but there's a problem.
Uh-oh.
It's causing some serious battery drain. Some users are saying their Fitbits are dying in less than a day.
Not good.
Not good at all. Hopefully they fix it soon.
Fingers crossed.
Meanwhile, Microsoft just patched a security flaw in Power Pages.
Good.
Yeah, at least they're on top of things.
Yeah.
But you know what's not good?
What?
North Korean hackers are now using that website hijacking trick we talked about earlier to target software developers.
Seriously?
They're pretending to be recruiters and sending out phishing emails and malware to freelancers. So sneaky.
That's messed up.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Just goes to show you got to be careful out there. All right, to end on a more positive note, remember the Nothing phone? The one with the transparent back?
Oh, yeah.
Well, it looks like a mid-range version might be coming soon.
Cool. I like those see-through phones.
Me too. They're so unique. And if the rumors are true, the Nothing Phone 3A and 3A Pro could be real contenders in the mid-range market.
Nice.
I'm all for more affordable options that don't compromise on style or performance.
For sure.
Okay, so while we're on the subject of competition, Google seems to be really going all in on AI. They just made Gemini, that powerful AI tool we talked about, available to everyone, Anyone can use it to analyze their work docs.
Wow.
It's a big move that could make AI more accessible to everyone. But of course, we still need to be mindful of privacy and security.
Right. Always.
It's all about finding the right balance.
Exactly. Balance is key.
Well said. Well said. So we were talking about Google making some moves in the AI space, and it's kind of wild how much AI is in the headlines these days.
It really is. Every day there's something new. Some new breakthrough or some new controversy.
Exactly. And it's not just Google. Spotify is getting in on the action too with AI-narrated audiobooks.
Oh, yeah. I saw that.
I mean, it could be useful for people who can't read easily or people who are just super busy.
Yeah, definitely.
But doesn't it kind of feel like it's taking away from the art of storytelling? Like, what about all those amazing human narrators out there?
It's a good question. I mean, could AI eventually replace human narrators altogether?
I don't know. I hope not.
Me neither. But it's something to think about.
It is. And while we're on the topic of AI pushing the boundaries, let's talk about this new tool, Rabbit AI.
Haven't heard of that one.
So this thing can actually control Android apps and devices.
Wow, seriously?
Yeah. It can manage your calendar, book appointments, even control your smart home devices.
That's pretty impressive.
Right? But it also makes you wonder about privacy.
Definitely. It's a lot of power to give to an AI.
Yeah. Sometimes it feels like with all this amazing tech, we're taking 2 steps forward and then 1 step back.
I know what you mean.
Like, remember that whole HP customer support fiasco we talked about? Well, it seems like they're not the only ones struggling with customer satisfaction.
Really? What else is going on?
Well, NVIDIA is getting some flack over the RTX 5000 GPU shortages,
Oh, yeah. Those are still hard to come by.
especially the RTX 5070 Ti. Gamers are not happy about the lack of availability and the crazy prices.
Yeah, the chip shortage is really hitting the gaming community hard.
It is. And it doesn't seem like there's an end in sight.
Nope.
It's kind of like trying to find a unicorn.
Oh, really? Are you on the hunt for a unicorn?
Just kidding. But seriously, I'm really excited about A24's new movie, Bring Her Back.
Oh, yeah, I heard that one's supposed to be good.
Yeah, it's getting great reviews. A24 always seem to put out such interesting and thought-provoking films.
They do. They're not afraid to take risks.
Exactly. And speaking of risks, there are some interesting rumors floating around about the iPhone 17 display.
What have you heard?
Well, apparently Apple is thinking about using micro-LED technology.
Micro-LED.
Yeah, it's supposed to be way better than OLED. Brighter, better colors, maybe even uses less power.
So what would that mean for the Pro models?
Right. It does make you wonder, maybe Apple is trying to close the gap between the standard and Pre iPhones.
Could be. Or maybe they're just pushing the boundaries of what's possible with smartphone displays.
Maybe. Only time will tell. But for now, let's talk about something a little less flashy, but still important. Fitbit updates.
Updates.
Yeah, so Fitbit recently rolled out this new sleep tracking feature.
Oh, yeah, the one that's supposed to give you more personalized insights?
That's the one. But there's a problem.
What's that?
It's causing major battery drain issues. Some users are saying their Fitbits are dying in less than a day.
Oh, no, that's not good.
Not good at all. Hopefully they fix it soon.
Yeah, I hope so, too.
In other news, Microsoft just patched a security flaw in Power Pages.
Good to hear.
But speaking of security, remember that website hijacking scam we talked about earlier?
The one where hackers redirect legitimate websites to malicious ones?
Yeah, that one. Well, it turns out North Korean hackers are using a similar tactic to target software developers.
What? Seriously?
Yeah. They're pretending to be recruiters and sending out phishing emails and malware to freelancers.
Oh, that's awful.
I know, right? It's a reminder that we all need to be extra careful online.
For sure. You can't be too careful.
Okay, let's end on a more positive note. Remember the Nothing phone with that cool, transparent design?
Oh, yeah, I love that phone.
Me too. Well, it looks like a mid-range version might be in the works.
Really?
Yeah, there's some leaked renders of the Nothing Phone 3A and 3A Pro floating around.
Oh, cool.
And they look pretty slick. They could be real contenders in the mid-range market.
Nice. I'm always happy to see more affordable options.
Me too.
Yeah.
And speaking of affordable, Google is making their powerful AI tool, Gemini, available to everyone.
Wow, that's a big move.
It is. It means anyone can use it to analyze their work documents.
That's pretty amazing.
Right. It's great to see AI becoming more accessible. But of course, we need to be mindful of privacy and security concerns.
Absolutely. It's all about finding the right balance.
Exactly. Balance is key. Exactly. Balance is key. And you know what else is key? Staying informed about all the latest tech news.
Couldn't agree more. There's always something new happening.
That's for sure. So let's dive back in. Remember the Nothing phone? The one with the see-through back?
Oh yeah, that was a cool phone.
Well, guess what? A mid-range version might be on the horizon. The Nothing Phone 3A and 3A Pro.
Oh, really? Interesting. I wonder if they'll keep that transparent design.
I hope so. I love that look. And if the rumors are true, these new phones could give Samsung a run for its money.
It would be great to see some more competition in the mid-range market.
Absolutely. Speaking of competition, Google's really stepping up its AI game. Remember Gemini?
The AI tool that can analyze your work docs.
That's the one. Well, they just made it available to everyone.
Wow, so anyone can use it now.
Yep. It's a bold move that could really democratize access to powerful AI.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
But of course, we need to be cautious about privacy and security.
Of course. Those are always important considerations with AI.
Absolutely. Okay, let's switch gears for a minute and talk about Fitbit.
Fitbit,
Yeah, they just rolled out a new sleep tracking feature.
the one that's supposed to give you more personalized insights?
That's the one. Sounds cool, right?
Yeah, it does.
But there's a catch.
Uh-oh. What's the problem?
Battery drain. A lot of users are complaining that their Fitbits are dying way faster now.
Oh, no. That's not good.
Not good at all, especially for people who rely on their Fitbits for tracking their activity and sleep.
Hopefully Fitbit can fix it quickly.
I hope so too. On a more positive note, Microsoft just patched a security flaw in Power Pages.
Good to know. It's important to stay on top of those security updates.
Yeah, you can't be too careful these days, especially with all the cyber threats out there. Remember that website hijacking scam we talked about earlier?
The one where hackers redirect legitimate websites to malicious ones?
Yep, that one. Well, it turns out North Korean hackers are using a similar tactic to target software developers.
Really? How are they doing that?
They're posing as recruiters and sending out phishing emails and malware to freelancers.
That's terrible. Freelancers are already vulnerable enough.
I know, it's a reminder that we all need to be super cautious online.
Couldn't agree more.
Okay, well that about wraps up this episode of The Deep Dive. We covered a lot of ground today, from foldable phones and AI to security threats and Fitbit updates.
It's amazing how much the tech landscape can change in just a week.
It really is.
Wow.
But that's what makes it so exciting, right?
Absolutely. There's always something new to learn and explore.
Exactly. And we hope you'll join us again next week for another deep dive into the world of tech.
We'll be here ready to break down all the latest news and trends.
So until then, stay curious, stay informed, and stay safe online. And don't forget to like and subscribe to The Deep Dive for more tech insights. We'll see you next time.
See you then.